gentlemen, and a very warm welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this special occasion. We are gathered here tonight to celebrate the achievements of some of the finest financial brains in India. Men and women who have faced the brunt of downturn for their companies and who have burnt the midnight oil to keep their companies' financials healthy. The financial excellence through the Business Today Best CFO Awards presented by Yes Bank. The nominees and winners have gone through 3 phases of robust survey process to explain the process and methodology. I would now like to invite on stage the editor of Business Today, Mr. Chaitanya Kalbag.
First and foremost, welcome to the 4th Business Today Yes Bank Best CFO Awards. I'm very, very pleased that you could all be here this evening. The base for the Best CFO survey is the BD 500 listing of India's most valuable companies. These listings are published once every year. The survey itself was divided into 3 distinct phases. In the first stage, Yes Bank did a lot of number crunching, and they analyzed the financials across multiple metrics such as market capitalization, return on equity, working capital, etc. A peer set comparison was done for all sectors, and top performers from each sector were shortlisted for Phase 2. In Phase 2, Ipsos India undertook a perception survey on the shortlisted companies of fund managers, brokers, and chartered accountants. The perception survey assesses factors such as corporate governance practices and stock performance. The triple bottom line or corporate social responsibility category is assessed by a separate panel of experts. The results of the 2 phases were then combined in a particular weight, and 3 finalists were determined for each category. These finalists were then presented to an eminent jury which met several weeks ago and went through these numbers and these nominees very intensively. And I'm sure that all of you will join me in applauding these choices as having been the best that we could have made, given all the amazing numbers of metrics and parameters that we had to crunch. So thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening and honoring us with your presence. It's always a pleasure to meet so many of you on this prestigious evening. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kalbag. Now moving on, I would now like to invite on stage Mr. Amit Kumar, Group President and Country Head, Corporate and Institutional Banking, Yes Bank.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome to this edition of Business Today Yes Bank Best CFO Awards. Honorable Minister, Commerce and Industry and Textiles, Shri Anand Sharma ji. Sir, it's our privilege indeed that you have kindly consented to be the chief guest today and help us build on the successful legacy of our previous editions. I'm also pleased to share with you that Yes Bank, along with our partners, Business Today, have continuously endeavored to recognize leaders and companies in their various stages of life cycle. I would like to thank Mr. Arun Puri, Mr. Ashish Bagga, and Mr. Chaitanya Kalbag of Business Today for their continuous support, along with Mr. Gordon and the entire team at Ipsos. Last but certainly not the least, I thank all dignitaries and participants for taking their time to join us this evening to recognize the best CFOs in our country. I believe that CFO is the flag bearer of the firm in many ways, and it is indeed the CEO, the board, and the entire team of CFO and support functions which deserve an applaud for the success of the CFO. With that, I really end my speech, and thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kumar. And now I would like to request Mr. Arun Puri, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief of the India Today Group, to come on stage and deliver his address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me also extend my welcome to you on this very special occasion and significant one, where we recognize and reward the financial brains of this country, the finest financial brains. It's also made very special with the presence of a very important person, Mr. Anand Sharma, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry and Minister of Textiles. I welcome you, sir. Thank you for being here with us. It's the worst of times and also the best of times to be a CFO. Worse because falling GDP growth, rising inflation, rising capital costs, rising raw material costs and of human resources, a weakening rupee have put a real challenge to CFOs to keep their companies' balance sheets healthy. At the same time, it's the best time for CFOs because this trough provides the opportunity to flush out inefficiencies from your company and to plan and invest for the future. When the gloom lifts, and lift it will, companies must be ready for it. And it is the CFO who will be instrumental in the recovery. And so it is with our nominees here tonight. Each one has struggled with current challenges. Each one has devised his own way of countering them. It is with great pleasure that I now introduce to you our chief guest for tonight, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry and Minister of Textiles, Mr. Anand Sharma. Mr. Anand Sharma is no stranger to Business Today's awards. He was our chief guest at the first BT Yes Bank SME Awards in 2009, also an occasion of great pride for us. It is my privilege and pleasure to have Mr. Sharma here tonight. I would like to invite him to deliver his keynote address. Thank you.
I do recall when these awards were introduced and I was given the same privilege. I'm very happy that over the years these awards have actually acquired a very special meaning, not only in recognizing the contribution that has been made by those who are dealing with the issue of finance, and as was said very clearly by Amit, not only the crunching of numbers, and by Arun too, but also taking strategic decisions in challenging times. It was rightly said that these are challenging times, and this is the time when the true mettle of leaders is tested, be it the decision makers in the government, the policy makers, the administrators, the bankers, and the corporate leaders. Last few years have not been easy for us, for the rest of the world. When there are tectonic shifts taking place in the global economy, or the paradigm ones, a rebalancing of the political and economic order, which we are clearly seeing in the last 1 decade, if not more. Last 5 years have actually questioned the directions and the decisions, not here, but in the financial system, in the banking system, in the global context. You people are from the business world, you deal with finance, banking, you understand this better. And the corporate leaders too. It's not only that they are looking at what profits they are making, we have to bear in mind that the industry as such and the financial community makes a very important contribution to the society when it comes to growth, when it comes to making your industry, your manufacturing competitive, as you are trying to find your place in the 21st century leader as one of the leading economies. But what more is required, that whatever may be the issue, we have to remain focused. We must have faith in ourselves and this country is bound to, destined to, write its own essay in this century. We are destined to, and we shall not be stopped. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, it's time for the best CFO awards from the House of Business today. And let's move on to the categories. The first category, sustained wealth creation. We'll start with mid-sized companies first. And the nominees are Mr. Ganesh Sharma from Crystal Limited, Pius Thomas, Page Industries Limited, NH Bansali, Imami Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for none other than NH Bansali, Imami Limited. And then we come to sustained wealth creation in large companies, and the nominees are Kevin Disa, Bajaj Auto Limited, Rajiv Tandon, ITC Limited, P. Ganesh, Godrej Consumer Products Limited. And the winner is Mr. Rajiv Tandon from the ITC Limited.
It's a great feeling. I'm very happy. It's really a team achievement actually. And it's really a recognition of competency of finance team and their excellence in execution and leadership capability. So I have accepted this award on behalf of Team Finance at ITC.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now moving on to the next category, remarkable leverage management. We'll start from the mid-sized companies, and the nominees are Mr. Jacob Kuruvilla A, V-Guard Industries Limited, Mr. Pius Thomas, Page Industries Limited, and Kamal Kishore Baheti, McLeod Russell India Limited. And the winner, anyone? Ladies and gentlemen, Kamal Kishore Baheti from McLeod Russell India Limited. And then we come to remarkable leverage management, large companies. And the nominees are Kailash C. Birla, Ultratech Cement Limited, Mr. Ravi Sood, Hero Motocorp Limited, and Mr. P.K. Suntalia, Orient Paper and Industries Limited. And the winner is Kailash C. Birla, Ultratech Cement Limited.